Can I do the joke this week?
Wow, that's such a loud
slur. Let's forget.
Go for it.
So I can do the joke.
You can do the joke.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo who?
Oh God, here he goes. You look more like a gentle granddad
Oh,
lovemaker.
I'm just asexual now.
Sexual predator.
What are you doing with your dad's eulogy?
If I...
Get out. It's the closest he got to playing that banjo.
Hello.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Great, that neon sign looks so cool.
Is that a studio space for us?
It is. All of that for us. For us.
Wow.
Welcome to this week's episode of 2.5 Friends with me, Dan Lawrence, newly single.
Not by choice.
So don't worry about that.
I'm Jono, and he's irrelevant.
We're going to reshoot this.
Probably leave that in Rocky, actually, yeah.
You know my name's Friggy.
Another episode.
Well,
Here we
boys.
are.
Yeah.
No, I was going to talk about irrational fears. So I've got some of my own irrational fears that are fucking weird, to be honest. Which what I will say is I've only just learnt recently that that I'm probably one of only hardly many people that have an irrational fear. I thought everyone has irrational fears, but having asked both of you, neither of you have irrational fears.
Apart from mentioning that you have a shower in a bath and a podcast, that's a new one for me. But
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Yeah.
Don't bring that
Jesus.
up. So, John, you must have an irrational fear. Hit me with an irrational fear.
My main fear, I don't like rodents. So I don't like mice and rats.
Right, okay.
I don't know if that's irrational or whether that's just
no,
a fear.
I think that's a very rational fear. Like rats started to plague, so loads of people died because of them. So it would make perfect sense that you're scared of them.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
I don't
but
like
that's
them.
the opposite of an irrational. Just by definition, is something that's completely irrational.
I'll tell you why I don't like them, because my mum locked me. We used to have an aviary in the back garden.
Right.
Like,
Of course, you did.
my
That's
dad
like a bird room.
With
isn't it?
budgies,
Yeah.
budgies,
Yeah.
and we can have anything you want in there, really.
Mate, anyone that
Peace.
I've ever met in my life that's had an aviary has been a fucking kook.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Tag Chris Johnson in this.
Who's that?
My dad.
Yeah.
The man who had the aviary.
I forget people have dads.
But when I was at
Is that because yours is
good.
dead or you barely do?
An aviary?
an
Right,
aviary.
back to an aviary.
So anyway, we had an aviary. So one of my jobs before school was to go down and feed the birds, change the water, put some birdseed down. So without going into the boring technical details of an aviary, so
Oh, thank God.
you've got the aviary, and then there's like an outside door. So you go into one door, shut that door behind you, then go for another door into the aviary.
Like an airlock.
Yeah.
Like an airlock. So I went down to feed the birds one day, and my mum had locked the outside door, like from the outside.
On purpose, because
So
you
I couldn't
ruined
get
it.
out. No, so I couldn't get out. But she hadn't done it on purpose. I think she's human action, just did it and wandered off.
All right.
And I was fine.
Just a human action. We didn't know that's a human action.
Natural,
Yeah.
I mean natural reaction. I don't know why I said human
Everyday
action.
use.
Thought it was
word,
everyone just like
phrase.
that. Yeah. I did the same to my dog once years ago.
Human action,
With
mate.
it. Human action. Just a
can't
human
help
action.
it. You can't help human
That's what I
action.
told the vet, and that's what I'm sticking to. So
Why'd you take it to a vet if you just locked it
it
in
was
the cage?
dead.
Oh,
Jono.
oh God. What was his name? Ricky's dad?
Just to point out,
What was your dad's name?
Saturday was the year anniversary of his death.
Royston.
Rover.
Yeah, Roy.
Oh, thanks for shortening it for me.
No, but he was known as Roy, just in case.
Oh, was it? That's weird. That's weird. His name was Royston. He was known as Roy, not Martin. No, I'm glad you fucking cleared that one up. Fucking hell. Right, anyway, Avery, your mum done a natural reaction and
Human.
you basically used a human action.
Right.
What thing's happening? You was a mouthy little kid and she thought,
No.
this is my chance.
I was
Well,
helpful.
all right.
Fucking feed him to the budgies.
But anyway, so I was in. It wasn't just budgies.
Also, I would have taken this. They'll still be going at it now. Feasted off Jono for a lifetime.
He's slimmed down since then.
Oh, you're up. Anyway, where was I? In the Avery.
You're still in the Aviary.
Still in the Avery.
I sort of wish you were, mate, to be honest, because this Avery story's taken ages.
My fear is this story.
Yeah. I got,
Never ending.
I'm terrified of Aviaries now. I can't go to a garden centre again.
Completely rational fear. Everyone's got it. Right.
No, so that was it. I was locked in. No, so
Now I need to know the
so
end.
in the anyway, in the corner of the Avery, I could see like a. It was like a rumbling, like a little. It looked like a little puddle, like moving.
Right.
So I thought, oh, what's that? So I
What,
went,
like in Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Where the T-Rex stomps down there. It's
anyway,
like,
yeah. So I went over into the corner, and basically it was about 20 baby mice,
Oh.
literally, and the mum and dad. I don't know. They might be adopted. I don't know. But the two bigger adult mice came running out at me as if to defend their babies.
Yeah.
Oh, bless
and
them.
I
Shit
for the
yourself.
first and last time shit myself, not physically, but it was horrific. It was absolutely horrific, and I was screaming at the top of my voice. And my mum had gone back into the house.
Yeah,
was in
she's
the
probably
kitchen.
thinking another 5 minutes and they'll do him.
Anyway, she came down to find out why I wasn't on the school bus to be, sat in the corner, shaking and crying, literally,
God.
because of these mice. And I've been
Christ, and you were
absolutely
24 at the time.
yeah, that's I was the bus driver, so literally. But yeah, ever since then, hate them, absolutely hate them.
Right. That by definition is a rational fear, because mice or rats started the plague, so it's right. Like
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably have that fear.
It's a fear, like-
so much so that it probably wouldn't be deemed irrational.
no, it's the exact opposite of
Yeah.
irrational. It's right, like my fear of spiders, and this is why we've had a relationship where you send me a video of spiders, I send you a video of rats. It goes on and on. That's the
Which is my favourite thing to do. by the way.
It's the worst thing because I have to do a spider check for the whole house. When you send me a thing of a spider in a bedroom, I'm like, brilliant. Now don't like.
Every time I see one, I get a tingle of excitement and think. Oh. But also sometimes
Sorry, you see a picture of a spider and you get excited.
but sometimes I see
Weird,
the video during the day
Yeah.
and think this evening.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
I'm not sending it to you in daylight. That's
Oh.
mental. Why would I have a video of a spider and waste it during daylight
That's
hours?
just so evil,
Let's save
though.
it till knowing 10, half 10.
But you know you're
until
going to
get
do
ready.
that. Well, and I'll tell you the reason. There is more, and I know this, I've researched it, there's more spider videos out there than rat videos.
Why would you research that?
To send them back to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's my thing.
So you've got more ammo than I have.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't got more ammo than you have. There's
no,
more
yeah.
spider videos.
I mean, if you're scared of spiders, it's probably the worst time of year for you because the next couple of months the temperature starts to go up, so all the false widows and that come out, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to do. It's terrifying me, but there's one, and this is a true story. There's one living at the, but I don't want to point in there because you can't see it from here, so it's irrelevant. But but there's trunking. So you see like trunking here.
Yep, seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what trunking is.
Yeah.
So in the garden, as you walk through this alleyway, there's a bit of trunking. But there's a spider living in it, and no word of a lie, its claws are bigger than they're nearly as big as my fucking hand. mate.
Claws? What is it, a crab?
No, so because there's the trunking,
The legs.
and then the legs are coming out. And at night, as soon as it's night time, you see the legs. I've taken a photo of it, but I had to go out the front of the house because I can't walk underneath it. Because what if it?
See, also, I don't reckon you're as scared of spiders as I'm of mice because there's no way I'm taking a picture of a mouse. If I found one, there's no
I don't
way.
know, but I was
no way
like
to
all the
photograph
way
it.
around.
To be fair,
I'd-
mice are a lot fucking quicker.
They are quicker.
They look quicker.
They are quicker.
Spiders
I
just
went
sit
all
around
the-
all day.
I had to go all the way around, unlock the front gate, go all the way around the back, and then take one from like over the patio. So probably from this distance, I zoomed in on it
God.
from to the garage door. But it's and it still lives there. It's lived there since I moved in, and I can't walk underneath it at night time, so I have to put the bins out.
You've
The
lived
bins
there-
now.
You've lived here for like 3.5 years.
Yeah, I can't go out there, mate. It's still living there.
He needs to sign a tenancy agreement. Or
I know he
something.
does. He
He's
doesn't
probably
pay
got
any
more
rent.
right to this house at the moment than you. Because of the divorce.
Yeah, didn't.
It's funny.
It's funny. How's your dad?
Probably happier than
Anyway,
me.
so by definition, I'll explain an irrational fear. So once I saw a seagull on top of a lamppost, right, pecking away, right, and the glass fell out of the lamppost. So the big glass things and smashed on the floor. So the fear is, if I was walking underneath that would have killed me.
It would have.
So now,
Would have, yeah.
one, that's evil. What seagull would... Like, why was he doing that in the first place? Joe, why was he doing that?
Yeah. Just fucking anarchist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is he doing? Was that a threat? Like, was he threatening me? Or that, like...
Marking
Anyway,
his territory.
I know it's irrational because it's just a seagull and he was just pecking at probably some food. But in my head, I'm like, if I was walking under a lamppost and that was pecking, it would have killed me. I'd be dead. So now I can't walk under lampposts.
So what's the irrational fear? Is it lampposts, seagulls, or just seagulls on lampposts?
Maybe the combination. Because I'm not bothered about seagulls on their own, and I'm also not really bothered about lampposts. I won't walk under a lamppost in case a seagull's been pecking it previously and I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I don't like seagulls, but I don't like seagulls because one stole a cheeseburger puff from me once in Dover High Street.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be upset by someone stealing food from you.
I also agree with the seagull thing. Not enough that I would say my irrational fear is seagulls, but I think I'm warier than the average person about birds. Because I think I would need 3 hands to count the amount of times I've been shat on. So,
Right, okay.
like, I am have a keen eye when birds are about. Because I was a bigger target, admittedly.
Yeah.
But I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I've been shit on so many times that I think just the bird population have it out for me.
Right, okay.
So I have to keep my
Yeah,
eye
I mean,
on
but
it.
that does just happen to people.
But
Sometimes wrong place, wrong time. Or they might have seen you do something. They might have thought, he looks like a prick.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, I fucking know what I'll do. Do you know what I mean? That could have been...
I'm going to peck a lamppost off.
One of the worst ones was that I was at work wearing a white shirt and it eating blueberries and it
How do you know it's diet?
because it shit on me and it was purple.
Right, okay.
Could have been grapes.
anything, yeah.
Okay, let's play
Ribena.
It was
Ribena.
Ribena.
Could
I
have
had a
been
part of Ribena, and I went back in.
Beetroot.
I went any purple shaped food, right?
Okay.
Fucking
Plum.
barney. I don't
Rhubarb.
know.
What colour's rhubarb?
Not purple. So I basically went back into the
Aubergine.
office, took off my shirt, and I wanted to clean it.
No wonder
Right.
it shit itself.
Didn't think in my head, so I got the bit of shirt that I wanted. I got the bit of shirt and I run it under the tap.
You got the bit of shirt they wanted.
All that shit on.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I basically
What,
tried
that
to
bit of shirt?
I tried
What
to
do you do?
scrub
Cut that
it.
out properly and pop that in the bin. I'll take that back to my nest.
I tried to scrub it to clean it, right? But you can't clean just a bit of a shirt in a sink. So then I had to go and wear for like an hour the rest of the day, basically, which was only about an hour, a soaking shirt. Because
Was you just sweaty though? Because you was a bit...
No, because I literally tried to wash it because I'd rather have sat there with a soaking, sodden shirt than it be covered in shit. Now I probably would have preferred it to be just covered in shit, but it was a Ralph shirt and I wanted to save
Prefer to
it.
be covered in shit rather than being a wet t-shirt competition.
Well, he's used to it.
Yeah, and to be covered in shit.
Constantly shitting himself.
Because then everyone was like, "Why is your shirt wet?" Like,
then you
bird
have to tell
shits
the
on me.
story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got a story to tell.
Well, yeah, but it's not a very funny one. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, so I'd be in one man the car. I wouldn't worry about it. Don't have to apologise, mate. But like other irrational fears are, and one of these irrational fears came to life. It happened to me and you, which I'll remind you of in a minute. One of them though is like I won't walk along, or as much as I can avoid it, I won't walk along cliff tops. Just because it's not at heights. Like, yes, I'm scared of heights, but I'm actually scared that if I'm on my own walking along a cliff top, a group of people could quite easily come along and throw me over the edge and no one would know.
That's not where I thought that was going. That is not.
So
I thought it was
it's-
going to be you could trip off the edge.
Yeah.
Well, no, you could do.
Fall to your death.
Very rational.
That would be right. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is irrational because unless I'm a specific target to a gang, which I don't know
Yeah.
why I'd be.
Or what could happen? A giant seagull could drop half a lamppost on your head.
This is what I mean. Lampposts on cliff tops, and that does happen. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to walk on the grass.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Orchestrated by a spider. Just
But that evil spider with loads of telephones phoning all his seagull mates, like getting these on the cliff top. You know what I mean? You just don't. But it is a fear. I can't. Like I'm genuinely looking around me. I'm always. I don't know what it is because my third irrational fear actually. I don't know if I feel like I'm going to be kidnapped or killed. It's like that's also
by a group of people on the edge of the cliff.
but that could happen.
Well, yeah, but
Have you not ever been walking? Right, let me tell you this scenario. I'm walking along the cliff top, doing some exercise like I normally do. Right, and then
Okay, this never
you see
happened.
a group.
This is a fictional story.
You see
Yeah?
a group coming towards you,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Fuck, they could throw me over the edge." Is that not your first thought?
Depends what age demographic the
Doesn't
group
matter.
is.
It's a group of people. They could be 90. They still
If
overpower
it's 60,
me.
90-year-old ramblers,
It doesn't
no, I
matter.
think I
They
could
can
probably.
still overpower me. They've got sticks. Have you not seen them?
How many?
How are they going to
What are they
overpower you
carrying?
with all the
Exactly.
exercise you do?
If you were, yeah.
I was at the start of my journey then.
If you was in a boxing ring, how many 90-year-olds do you think you could take?
Oh, it depends who they are. Men or women?
I don't know. Who do you prefer hitting?
None. I wouldn't want to hit any
90-year-old nuns.
They're lippy, don't they? And then, so another irrational fear then is because punching a nun is not a territory I want to get into, if I'm honest.
You've got enough going on.
Yeah, but I've got enough problems. You know what I mean, I don't need a lawsuit from a nunnery. Is that what it's called?
Nunnery?
Is that what it's called? Nunnery, where nuns live.
Yeah.
Vicarage?
No, he's
I think
right,
it
to
is,
be
yeah.
fair. He's got you bang to right, so.
Yeah, it's got me back to rights. In my head, I was thinking old people, nannery. I don't know why. But it's not a nannery. It's a nunnery. You were correct. You started to talk just a minute ago and said,
Yeah.
you'll remind me of one of these fears. And so far you've told 2 stories and I don't
No,
know
because I'm getting
anything.
to it because I'm building up
Oh,
to it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
just check
so
it.
the third one
There's a
is...
build-up.
So you know when you're driving in a car,
Been there.
and then you pull up behind, there's like a red... Well, in fact, I've got two to do with drive. This is what I mean. This is what
How
I think.
do you get through the day?
I don't know
Everything
sometimes.
is an irrational
Yeah,
fear.
I'm not one of those dogs, you know, those little shaking dogs that just scared of everything. That's what I feel like some days. So one of them is, and this is because I watched a documentary once, and it was and this now is probably because I've got a daughter. I don't want to get too deep, but there was just this innocent girl driving along her way, and a man driving a lorry was on his phone. Didn't see the traffic had stopped straight through him, and I cried watching that episode. It was really sad. So now I'm like always looking in my rearview mirror. If I've got a lorry behind me, I'll go into another lane. So that's just a normal for just beware of lorries, I guess. That is more of a more irrational fear.
Yeah, but that probably comes from Final Destination.
Yes.
Because that stuff
yeah,
happens
that
to
sort
me.
of stuff. Yeah.
That I think, oh, okay, I'm driving near a fairground. That Ferris wheel is definitely going to come off its hinges.
Yeah,
and
that's
roll me on front.
yeah.
So I just don't do
like,
anything that will.
Well, I just don't worry. I'd be on the Ferris wheel.
Have you seen but then that's because you're younger than us.
Yeah, maybe I've got years.
And also I do feel like when you have a child, everything is fucking real. Everything
scary.
is real and scary.
Yeah,
you
okay.
might think, no, it's just a Ferris wheel, go around and have loads of fun up there. What if the bolt comes off? What if a seagull's pecking at it? Do you know what I mean?
Which they probably would
At
do.
some point it's going to happen because at some point things happen to people.
Because
So
at some point they're going to run out of lampposts.
you might say, yeah.
Gonna have to do something
No.
else.
So anyway, from the lorry one. So this is the one that happened to us. So when you're then driving your car and you come up to like a red light, what I don't like is to be right up the arse of the car in front. Because if someone then comes in right behind me and they want to attack me, I don't know why I'm getting attacked all the time, but then I can't escape. I need an escape route. So I leave enough space if I'm going to stop in front that if the car behind, if they start to get out of the car with a bat, I can then go.
Okay.
So it's irrational.
Yeah.
Well,
So is our connection is we've been in the car together?
yes. We have been in the car
Brilliant.
together.
What a tedious link.
I've been in the car with him.
No. As in, this exact thing happened to us when we went out for a walk in Cliftonville. Probably shouldn't name it, but we went out for a walk. Went back to my car because your car was parked further away, so we went back to my car. We got in the car. As we went to pull out, that van pulled up in front of us. Do you not remember this? The van pulled up in front of us. How do you not remember this? This is one of the scariest days of my life.
I've got to be honest, because it was a van parking.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't
That happens
parking.
a lot.
It wasn't parking. So he'd reversed up the road and then was reversing like up onto a driveway, and then he was like, "Oh, come on!" Like as in, like you can go out. I pulled out, and then he pulled forward.
You was walking.
No, we got in the car. We'd
missed
been
that.
out for a walk. Sorry, we'd been out for a walk. We got back, walked back to the car. I was going to give John a lift to his car, so we then got in the car. The van had like waved us out. I pulled out. He then pulled forward, and it was a single one-way street. It was a one-way street up by Daniel Ford's hairdresser.
If you can't say the place, how are you saying specifics?
Because he don't remember it, but this is like the most traumatic day of my life.
I don't
Yeah, and
remember
then
this.
we pulled up, and then the van was in front of us, and then behind us, a car. Because I was like, okay, we'll just reverse. So we went to reverse. A car sped up behind us, and a man with a bat got out. Are you fucking? I'm sure it was you. I'm sure it was
I
you.
don't remember it.
Yeah, a man with a
You are
bat got
so
out.
hard that this doesn't even phase you.
Literally.
A man with a bat got out, and then basically came towards our car, and we was like, "Fuck, they're going to take the car." And I had quite a nice Mercedes at the time. This was years ago by Giorgio's.
I don't
Just-
remember it.
And he got out with a bat, and then he started running, and he chased the van. The van then drove off, and he was after the people in the van. So it wasn't us he was after, but we was caught in the middle of this, thinking we're going to get robbed. I even asked you the other day about this, and you went, "Oh yeah."
I
did.
I just think, for the purposes of the podcast, whenever Dan tells an anecdote that long, please just say you remember it.
Okay, all right. Oh, the bat.
Don't be a dick, man.
By Giorgio's.
I would have bet my life it was you.
You would have lost. You'd be with Dad.
That's right. Got nothing to live for now anyway, have I?
So was you scared of this before? Or is that
No. So my irrational fear has always been that. Irrelevant of this. It's just that happened. So
you think your irrational fear elevated that situation in your head to worse than what it was?
A man running towards you with a bat.
Yeah, I get that. I do get it.
Do you need me to draw you the diagram? I don't
know what a bat looks like.
No, bat. Cup of tea break then, shall we?
Tea break, indeed.
As long as I'm on for the 5-minute preview on Babe Station.
Did you know, Ryan, this is a true story.
No, we don't have time for this. We do not have time for this.
A man wrote into Babe Station because her pants had slipped over, right? Her pants had slipped a little bit. And he wrote a complaint in. It was all over social media. He wrote a complaint in because he was happy to watch Babe Station, but he didn't
want to see it.
He complained that bits were out.
Pussy.
Yeah.
He's watching the Freeview, which is, I think, the only reason you watch the Freeview is hoping that you see.
100%.
And he did.
I reckon
the luckiest man in the world, and he complained about it.
I reckon I've watched
normally you
1,000
just
episodes
and they're just
of that.
humping remotes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And pretending to have air BJs.
There's also, when I was...
And they would have the camera would be here, and they'd be going, and they're obviously not doing anything.
They're just
It's just flicking through Insta.
I remember there was a guy. I don't know if I can name him. His name was Neil, but I won't give his surname. But we used to. No, it wasn't. It was when I was younger, and we used to come home really, really drunk, hammered, and Babe Station used to be on. It was the time. Do you remember the days we used to be able to phone in and they'd play your voicemail? Yeah. So we used to phone in and say. And this was religious. It went on for weeks. It was like, "Hello, it's Neil again. I just thought I'd sing you a song." And it'd be like, "I'm all out of love." And it would play on the TV and we'd all be sat there drunk. Oh, it's the funniest thing in the world. Neil didn't enjoy it. Will something funny happen at Nando's?
Yeah, I was mid-sentence when she came to bring over the food. I think that's what
he was mid-sentence and he was just at the point, because he was facing me and the waitress was over there and coming towards us, so he didn't see. So she was walking up and he got to the point where he was telling a story and it was literally, and then I shit myself. All right. Like, that is literally the fucking time, and he had no idea she was there. I had no idea he was going to say it.
You like strop off?
No, I'm just like getting a drink. Just obviously halfway through when I need a drink because I had to fucking carry the podcast again.
So I do have an irrational fear, and it was only one that was recently unlocked because I was driving, and there was obviously the fields around us are starting to be sown for spring, or I don't know, I'm not a fucking farmer, right? But it is one that was unlocked, and it's the idea that I may potentially have my insides churned up by a combine harvester.
Okay. That is very specific.
Very rational, but it's, I guess, like the seagull pit. It's irrational. Yeah, that's the whole point of an irrational fear. Yeah,
and I guess so. The reason why it happened is, so my dad, when he was alive, obviously, he told me this story about one of his friends. He used to live up in a place called Tewkesbury, which is near Gloucester. Loads of fields, loads of farms. Yeah, it's a proper farming country. And he had a friend called Yorkie that lived on a farm, and he told me this story about Yorkie. And I'll tell it in its entirety. It's quite a long anecdote, but stay with me, guys, please. So basically, when Yorkie was a kid, he basically was a little bit like Francis, the train guy, but with tractors. He loved tractors, everything. He had kind of a tractor themed room when he was a youngster. He knew everything there was to know about different tractors. He knew if it was a JCB, what different carburetors it had, what size drum on the front it could have, all the different possibilities of attachments it had. He knew absolutely everything about it, and there was not anything else that he loved more than tractors. As he kind of grew up, he grew out of like the tractor little beds that his dad had made him, and he moved on to kind of more sophisticated tractor stuff. He had posters on the wall. Again, he was like an apprenticeship mechanic, so he was learning how to look after these tractors, and he just proper was engrossed by them, even to the point where he would only look at like tractor related porn. Yeah, like,
Come on, Finn, that's not real.
No.
Is there even- I'll search it then.
Yeah, no, there's loads.
I'm in the market.
Like most of it, I think was like just people getting.
Don't be graphic.
No, okay. Just
A tractor involved in.
Yeah, like
no, we're doing it in a tractor.
on a
Yeah,
tractor.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't need any more
So
information than
literally
that.
hard drives for the tractor porn. He's got ladies with their baps out, sat on tractors on their wall. Yorkie loved tractors, right? So as he got even older, there was only one thing he loved.
So weird, isn't it?
Also, he said Baps.
Yeah, he did say Baps.
But I didn't think I could say tits. If I can't say Cliftonville, I can't say tits. So he loved tractors. There was one thing that he loved more than tractors. His wife Annie. Yeah. He got her into tractors. So basically, they both loved tractors. She completely let him be engrossed by tractors. Just fucking loved him, right?
Supportive wife.
Exactly. So she was a supportive wife. So
no.
they bought a farm.
I wish I knew how that felt. This was my joke, but
No, exactly.
I didn't need to explain.
The end might be the same. So they bought a farm, and he was out ploughing his fields one day. He had gone out. She usually comes and brings him lunch, but he was basically busting for a piss. He's like, I'm not going all the way back to the farmhouse. Okay, so
Who did he say this to?
in his head,
Oh, in his head, right.
internal monologue. Yeah,
Right.
So he's like,
Just one night.
I'm not going back to the farmhouse. I'm just going to idle the harvester, and I'm going to go and have a piss behind the tree. When he gets back, he can hear like, and he's like, what the fuck is that sound? He goes to the front, Annie.
Because she sounds like you.
Yeah. That's my charming degree.
Chewing a kebab.
But she's been churned up by this combine harvester. He's crying.
Well, this take a turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
This take a
Well, no, that's where my irrational fears come
Right,
from.
okay, yeah.
So he's being churned up.
Is that where the Michael Jackson song "Annie, Are You Okay" comes from?
It could be. It could be.
He was known for his agricultural information in around Gloucestershire.
MJ was just going for a walk around Tewkesbury.
Yorkie was quite well known.
He's taking McCauley out for a walk. And he was
Taking Macaulay out for a walk.
You need some fresh air after that, McCauley. Did you say that before?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, Sandy went out for a walk. with
But
McCauley.
yeah, so she's being churned up. There's blood everywhere. He's crying. She gives him his Tupperware full of lunch, cake-coated in blood, and she just promised me, Yorkie, you won't blame the tractors. Well, guys, he fucking blamed the tractors. He ran straight back to the farmhouse. Don't know why he didn't call the coroner. He just ran straight back to the farmhouse. He ripped all the posters off, took all the fucking tractor porn off of his hard drives.
I've just got one question.
He rid himself of everything tractor.
What, immediately? So hang on, so he hasn't phoned an ambulance, he's just run into the house and pulled...
No,
so his wife's dead and he's pulling things off the wall. That's suspicious.
No. Presumably.
Yeah, what's the first thing you did? Phone 999. No, I've ripped a poster down. Actually,
But what I'm trying to do, Dan, is speed up the story.
Right,
I'm not
right.
with your band. So I'm just trying to get through it. So basically, he ripped
So
all
are we.
of the tractors off it. He basically gets rid of them, starts a normal life, moves out of the way. He gets a job. 10 years down the line, he's
Where did
working
he
at
move to?
Tesco's. I don't know, Devon. Right?
Cool.
He's been
Still
working in
quite farmy, though,
Tesco.
isn't he?
He's been working in Tesco for 10 odd years. Okay.
Yeah.
He thinks,
Wow.
right, I need to move on. It's the anniversary of Annie's death, so I need to move on. So he takes a bird out on a date. The date's going quite well. He hasn't cried like Dan. Hasn't mentioned his ex-missus like Dan, and he thinks it's going quite well. All of a sudden, in the kitchen, starts billowing with fire and smoke. People can't see in front of them. People are fucking terrified.
Poor bloke.
They're throwing chairs at the glass, trying to smash it. Can't happen. Yorkie goes, "Don't worry." He goes, runs outside, blows all the smoke out. No more smoke. The fire's been put out. Lack of oxygen. Anyway, he goes back in. His date goes, "Yorkie, you are a fucking hero." He said, "I'm not a hero. I'm just an ex-Tractor fan."
That was long. That was long. For probably.
Also, I've got a quick question. I just don't want to pull holes in it. But they were all trying to smash the window with chairs, and he inhaled all this smoke, and he just ran outside and did this.
Well,
Like
to
the
be-
geezer
So
for
there
the
was
Green
already a
Mile.
door. There was already a door open. But they were trying to smash windows, but he's run out of the door to safety,
Like,
and then run back in.
and then sucked all the smoke out like John Coffey. I don't like the dark, boss.
So essentially, you didn't get the reaction you wanted.
What
It started
reaction?
with such good. Halfway through, though, just to let you know, I knew what was coming.
Oh, you bastard.
How did you know?
Because I was thinking he's ripping the ball. He's an X-Tractor fan. There's going to be a punchline here. This is going to be a joke. But I was hoping.
Did you say the words? He was now an X-Tractor fan. Did you say that?
No, you
earlier
said
on?
At the end, I did.
at the
No,
end
no,
of it.
at the big earlier on though. So
No, but he was pulling posters off the wall. I was thinking.
X-Tractor
He's
fan.
too switched
Too
on,
smart.
mate.
And what did I tell you?
Yeah.
And al- but
You said he was
also-
a cunt.
No, I didn't.
But also, I let it go. I let it play out. I didn't want to cut you off mid-stream because I was
Oh, it's
hoping it
nice
would
that
be
you
funny.
pretended.
and what it
It's nice
was.
that you
So-
pretended. It's nice that you pretended to know my story.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't, I mean, the actual funny bits from that story, which is the McCall Culkin bits, was never have got.
That
so.
was actually
But I
so
genuinely-
funny.
when you was talking about it though, I remember. Do you remember watching? You're probably too young because you're like 12, and you're 999. Do you remember 999 the program 999?
What's your
Yeah, it's
emergency?
12, but that's
No,
not-
no, no. What's your emergency?
Yeah.
I remember it. Yeah.
I've got one involving a combine harvester, which scarred me when I was young. Like, absolutely scarred me. So there was a guy, and this isn't going to be a X-Tractor fan joke. So
Well, I just don't know
He
now.
was. He was.
Imagine if we'd done the whole bit again.
Oh, it'd be
Just repeat
brilliant.
it,
If
and
you
he
did
wet
the same
himself.
joke, it'd be really
And
funny.
he was like, "That's brilliant," and then cut yours out. But he was in. So this farmer was in a combine harvester, ploughing the fields. We go with just to use the words that you used, and it got clogged up, got locked up, and he went down. He went down to like unlock it.
Was Annie in there?
No, she was gone.
Or Macaulay.
Put his hand in, and it kicked back in,
Oh.
and it got his arm, but his arm wedged in it.
Yeah.
Like, and basically, the way he got out, and this is the bit that scarred me for a very long time.
Like 27 hours.
He cut his own arm off with a penknife.
Yeah.
So he basically cut around the skin, then snapped the arm
Oh my god! Why would
get-
you do that?
to get out.
To save his life.
It was,
No, no, I know
it was
why
either
you've
that,
done
or it was either that, or he bled to death.
Oh,
But yeah,
to
but
death.
that program used to
I don't think I
absolutely.
could cut my own arm off.
I don't know.
I don't know what I did in that situation. I don't know what I did in that situation.
But he's like 27 now. Did he cut his arm off or did he die?
No, he cut his arm off. Yeah, he's alive now. He
Yeah.
does like
Yeah,
pep
he
talks
does.
around the world. I think.
Yeah, motivational speaking.
Yeah.
Motivational speaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
yeah,
how he cut it off though. Did he have a knife?
Um,
He must have had something. I don't
I think
remember
he
the
did. I
film.
think he did have like a pen knife or like a survival knife.
But yeah.
his arm was obviously lodged between a rock and like a ravine.
Hard
wasn't
place.
it? Yeah, a rock and a hard. Definitely a rock and a hard place. But yeah. But isn't it mad that they went and recovered his arm? Because
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
They basically, I think if I remember correctly, they didn't want people going to
Oh,
there
okay, yeah, that makes
to
sense.
see the arm.
Because then the same thing could
essentially.
happen and be like, oh,
Yeah.
I've got this one 28 hours. Great franchise though. Just keep
Yeah.
sending them back there. Oh,
That's it.
MGM just waiting on the outskirts.
Yeah, there's just a queue. I'm just waiting for him to finish and then I'll have a go. Last week, to just talking about irrational fears. Last week we had a bit of a situation in here, didn't we?
We did have a situation in here,
Which
yeah.
is like, I think it's not necessarily an irrational fear, but sometimes things happen that are so awkward that it does make you shudder at the thought of it. Me and Dan were in here prepping for the podcast last week, and we was listening to my favourite band.
Oh, that's my rational fear. You two writing jokes without me.
We would get pumped up and we were listening to a bit of Blue.
We were listening to Blue. Solid.
Sorry, those two things should never be put together.
That's the truth of it though. That's what we was doing. We was
Well,
listening to
that was what we was doing.
We was just getting pumped up, ready for the podcast, ready for filming.
Exactly that. And then little Harper came in and heard the music.
Completely innocent because it's Harper.
So
Still innocent. But she heard the music. She's like, oh,
Yeah,
Daddy,
yeah.
can we have a dance?
So Daddy had a
maybe.
dance, and he said, "Oh, do you want Ricky to dance?" So then me, Harper, and Dan are all dancing, and we're loving it. I think
Weird
it was-
enough. That is weird enough as it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
it
at
is.
that point it was all rise.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to sing the song, but you know the song All Rise,
Well,
right?
give us just can go for the.
One for the money and that. I'm joking, right?
Yeah.
And then
weird that you was twerking to that as well. Didn't he?
But yeah, and then the song changed, and we won't say what it is yet, but then Lucy popped her head in, and Harper said, "Oh, Lucy, can you dance?" Or she didn't call her Lucy. Mummy, can you dance?
she called her Mummy.
So then
She's
me,
moved on quick.
me,
Quicker than
Dan, Lucy, and Harper are all dancing to Blue. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. And it's just the
But this is
most,
a
you know, it's a sad situation, and we're all just
Me and Ricky
dancing.
just kept making
to
eye
it.
contact, but Harper was just oblivious. You're like, having a lovely little dance. It was, and that is 100% factually accurate.
Yeah,
That's
that was-
exactly what happened.
I think that was one of the most awkward moments I've ever witnessed. Glad it's over.
Tedious link though.
Tedious link.
There's a funny story with this actually. Well, that's me, Duncan from Blue, and Alfie Moon. Is that his real name?
I think that is always known by.
Always known by Alfie Moon.
No, we
Legends.
can't move on till we say his real name.
Well, Shane Ritchie.
Shane Ritchie.
I thought we
That's
just called
it.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, I just assumed we knew his real name.
No, I forgot.
Oh, you forgot
Yeah,
him.
I
Just
forgot
put
it.
on.
Yeah,
I
Alfie
definitely
Moon.
knew it.
Even though I've seen him. I've seen him in Great. He played Danny Zuko in Greece.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a new boy band.
Just moved on from that.
Yeah.
Who?
No.
You two? I'm
Like
like
me, Shane Ritchie, and Duncan from Blue.
EastBenders.
Free.
EastBenders. Yeah, just put that.
So how are things with you and Lucy?
The events are drying up. I've got to be honest.
No, I saw that you
Unlike the
changed.
tear ducts.
I saw that you changed your banner.
Yeah. So it's changed the banner, and actually we'll bring this up because obviously we've launched tonight, and there's been a lot of comments from people, which is great because we've had a lot of support, which is really, really nice. Support
you.
for the podcast, support for me as a person, which is lovely. You're going to get some negativity, which, well, you two haven't. There's probably some about you. I haven't read through them all, but there's probably some about you. But
There's loads about
there's
Ricky.
loads about Ricky.
Rocky.
Oh, they would have got the joke from earlier. But yeah, it's there's a few negatives, and I think a lot of people, for fair reason, if that's the right word,
Yeah.
feel like this is some kind of long practical, like a prank, like a joke.
Which, if it was, it would be some of your best work.
If it was, yeah, it would be, because then Hollywood, I can cry on cue. Do you know what I mean? But it isn't. It isn't. I saw
Ron Jeremy, but for crime.
Yeah. What? I don't know what that means.
Ron Jeremy was a porn star that could come on cue.
Oh, fucking wish I'd asked. No, I've got to bleep that. It's more bleeping. I hate bleeping. Right. So,
I hate bleeping.
it's just, yeah. But yeah, it's not a prank. It's not. Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's not a prank. That's what more can I say? Like, I wish. Like,
Well,
I think
I'm
people-
saying a lot. I'm stuttering my words a lot because
try not to cry. But no, I think
yeah.
it's because you haven't changed your name. That seems to be the most common thing.
I haven't changed the name, and it's not because I just have decided I'm going to keep the Dan and Lucy name.
No.
But it's just not as simple on Facebook when you have one, a verification badge, and two, a fairly big following. You can't just click a button and change your name. Mm-hmm. It has to go through certain channels.
If you get divorced, you can't just change your name.
You can't just change-
There's a process you have to go through, and
Yeah.
this is similar.
It's the same thing.
That's it. It's yeah.
It's the same thing, and I think in terms of it being a prank and people thinking it's going to be a prank, I appreciate that I've done some probably quite out there stuff with regards to pranks, and people have an opinion that I'm horrible to Lucy and all of this, but there's nothing that's ever been done that she wouldn't have been aware that at some point it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? We talk, we're running a business and it's entertainment, so I just think I wouldn't ever do that as a prank because I think it's a horrible thing to joke about. And obviously I know because I'm going through it and I've been through it, and I didn't share for a long time because of, I wasn't strong enough to. I was in a bad way and I couldn't get out of bed, and yeah, I wouldn't do that as a prank. I do wish it was, in a way, because then I'd still have a wife,
Yeah. Also,
my family, and that's all I want. But that's never going to happen now. It's I know,
Yeah.
and I know that.
Also, your name on social media is Dan Lawrence Comedy, not Dan Lawrence Tragedy. Like, what part of this would have been funny or entertaining? Like, where's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, where's the prank element of it?
Yeah, we're back together.
We're not really. It's not a prank.
No, exactly. No one would find that funny. There'd be no kick-off from it. You might. Let's say you did it with the idea to garden views,
Yeah.
and you may have got a temporary surplus of views. Also, you took like a month off posting anything.
Yeah.
So therefore, you got less views because of all the. Like, it doesn't make sense, but just people are too dense to kind of realise.
I don't think I wouldn't want to insult people.
That are watching.
Like, it's a misunderstanding, is what it is.
Yeah.
People do think that, and people will have an opinion of anyone that puts themselves out on social media. It's going to be, some are going to be good, some are going to be bad. We spoke about it in the interval that someone's going to say something, and then we might not like their opinion,
Yeah.
and you could easily comment back, but there's just no point. Like, there's no.
I think it's just to clarify some truths, and the truth is that this is a real situation. You're really going through it. There will be you've had, because of the changes, you've had to make changes to your dynamic and some of the material that you do. There will be changes to names of pages and stuff as and when that is feasible, and you're allowed to do that. It's not that you're holding it back for any particular reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for that. In the same way that when you go through a divorce, you don't separate and say we're getting a divorce, and then the next day half the house is yours, the car's yours, everything's split. There's a process that you have to go through to get to that point, and this is part of that process. So,
and also, what for a lot of people to just understand, it's a lot for someone to process. For me to have had to have processed everything that's happened in the last 2 months, it's a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot, and that's why it's
weird when you say 2 months, because being in this with you, it feels and this isn't a joke. But it feels like a much longer process than that. It feels like this has maybe been 6 months.
Well, this is the thing,
and actually, you sit back and go, it has only been 2 months. It has only been 2 months,
but it's been 2 months for us as a collective.
Yeah.
But for these guys, it's been for them. It's 2 weeks. Isn't it?
Well, because I've only just posted. 2 weeks ago. So yeah. So I just wasn't ready to share. And I was hoping that something could be salvaged. Yeah. If I'm honest, and I didn't want to. And I knew that once I posted something as some form of announcement, however that happened, I knew that was the nail in the coffin. Because I knew then at that point, everyone knows, and in my mind I'm thinking, well, the less people that know, hopefully if she comes back to me, we won't have that many people left to tell that we just had a blip and we just had that stress after a marriage.
So not only you put yourself out there emotionally, vulnerably for people to see, you put it out there knowing this is that's you not accepting, but that's you going, do you know what? This is putting a pin in it and ending it and it being being done and making that real. So for people to think that was done for a prank or to get extra views or anything like that, it's not. It's part of an emotional and physical process that you've gone through and you've used to try and help you with that process.
Yes, but also there's a little princess in the middle of all of this.
Yeah,
100%.
And you have to make choices in regards to your career. Like, you two are, no matter what happens, you two are still co-parents, right?
Yeah.
So you need to make decisions that, firstly, you need to put food on the table. You need to think about it from that business point of view. But the decisions you make will affect that relationship between those two parents and that co-parenting relationship, and ultimately you both from day one have been very, very straight to the point and says, well, that little princess is the crux of all of this, and we need to manage that. And that's another thing that people maybe, even now, some people are saying, oh well, bring Lucy back. It's not reality TV. It's not. She's not a bombshell coming.
Not just written off.
She's not Dirty Den.
No.
Just bring
coming back.
Exactly.
But you are right. It is about Harper ultimately, and we both have to do individually what we feel is the right thing for that little girl, and that's it. There's going to be decisions I have to make that Lucy doesn't like. There's going to be decisions she's made that I don't like. But when we come together to be parents, we're always going to be parents to that little girl, and that's and that's the thing. It's not an easy journey, and it's all very well having a laugh, but what I will say is this takes so much of my energy to do. I don't mean this in a bad way, because I love Tuesdays are my favourite day in terms, except for all the other days that I spend with Harper. But it's I love Tuesdays.
So say seventh. It's your seventh
favourite day, which is it's up there, top 10. So, but I use every ounce of energy to try and be happy for Harper.
Yeah,
and we've started the Dan and Harper vlogs, which that's one of the pages that we've done. We do the vlogs, me and Harper, and that's nice because it then gives me a purpose to think, right, I need to take her out today. So it's not just for the benefit of just making a video so I can post it on the internet to get likes. I don't care about the likes. It's more for me And my relationship with Harper is that I can say, right, look, a company that owns an owl sanctuary, they're like, bring Harper to the owl sanctuary. And I'm like, brilliant, I've got something I can take her to next week.
But again, and I think what people don't understand is that is all part of the process. It's the part of the process for you, because I don't mind me saying, but 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks ago, you didn't want to get up and do stuff with her because it was hard. It was really goddamn hard for you to get up and look that little girl in the eye, knowing what was going on around you. So to actually now say, because I can hear people go, "Oh, he's making vlogs with her, blah 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 blah," but that's all part of this process to help you deal with what you're going through. And if you getting up and doing that vlog means that actually, you do get up out of bed and you do take her out and you do go and spend an amazing day with her.
Yeah.
Then do it.
Then it's worth it.
Absolutely do it. It's worth every single bit that you put into it.
And as a benefit, I guess, from that, and I don't, like I've said before, I'm not trying to come across like I'm completely selfless. It is a massive benefit to me because I'm doing it. One, it's allowing me to spend more time with Harper. The more content we make, the more we post, the more I can hopefully spend more time with her and keep making content with her. It's also the amount of messages I've had from other people saying, I'm going through the exact same thing. One, I'm going through the exact same thing. I don't know how you're even functioning right now because it took me 6 months to even not get out of bed, but because some people have to, they're in a situation where they've got to get out for their job or whatever. But I think it's social media has made me, I have to get up. I have to do something because I've got to keep a roof over her head. I've got to put food on the table for her. I've got to make sure that we have amazing memories because she's only going to be this age once.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's also that element of, like you say, you now know there's other people going through this. There's other people who'll be looking at your journey every day and going, Jesus, he's getting up every day and putting one foot in front of the other and dealing with his stuff.
He's doing it.
And he's also doing it while people sort of know who he is and are watching him go through that. So it's going to make me go, do you know what? I can do that. I can get up and I can deal with it. I can go and deal with my stuff. So I think the positive comments massively outweigh.
100%.
The negative comments a million %.
Yeah, you're always going to get it.
But do you know what? Even if I'd have got 10 positive comments from people that have said, this helped me today.
Yeah.
And 1,000 people saying stop crying on the internet, I'll do it for them 10 people. Because they're the 10 people that need it, not the 1,000 that don't.
You've rung me 2 or 3 times and said, oh my God, that comment that person made, or do you know what so-and-so said today in my comments, that's made a massive difference to me. So when you are posting those things and you're being honest and real and supportive, I can talk from being close to the situation. It makes a massive difference. So just thank you to everybody really.
And I've had friends that I didn't realise have been through this because they've kept it, like a really good friend that I spoke to you about, and they bottled it up and even did exactly the same thing. A good friend of mine was like, Dan, fair play to you for posting those videos. He said, I was in your situation. I filmed myself because I needed to do the exact same thing. So maybe it's a process some men just go through. It's like, I just need to talk to a camera, and he did it. But he said, there's not a chance I would ever show anyone any of those videos. He said, I can't I don't want to throw around the term hero, but he was like, you've posted that, and actually you've shown that men can be vulnerable. Yeah, definitely. Men can show weakness. Men can ask for help. Men can cry and.
But the fact your friend has said he's recorded that and it's never going to see the light of day tells me there's still people out there that actually A, don't have anyone to talk to, and B, physically can't muster up the words to say to somebody, I'm struggling, this is how I'm feeling right now. So the fact that not only have you done that, you've put it out there as well. Like I said, if it helps one person, then it's worth it.
Definitely.
It's absolutely worth it.
And I was going to stop, and I've only posted 2, and then I've posted a couple of updates just because I want to take people on the journey, because there'll be other people that are at the same stage as me, there'll be people that have been through it, there's been people that are just literally at the day one today. So it may be that I do look, I've been video diarying from day one of this happening, so there may be other video diaries I share, but that's not because I want to just show my darkest moments, you know, just for the sake of it, but just to show people actually that was me then, but this is me now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think and women do talk about their trauma and men don't. Simple as that. Men don't talk about it. And how we can help each other and support each other. And I'll say my inbox is always open to anyone that is going through it and that just needs...
Apart from me.
Apart from your blocks.
Doesn't come back to my messages.
No, but if you can let Steve know, Steve will tell me if I think it's interesting enough.
I'll just say no, Rocky's been on the phone again.
But I think it's really nice. I think the fact that you're making loads of different types of content as well. Like, I know I'm going back a little bit, but obviously with the vlogs with Harper, like I know some people might have the idea of, well, you know, those videos of you talking about the breakup and stuff, when that Harper's a bit older, understands the internet, she's going to go back and watch those. So yeah, but by that point, there'll be 1,000 videos of Harper and her dad doing vlogs and enjoying all those things.
But also, I don't want to hide that from her.
No.
If she wants to go back and watch it, I want to see that actually. Do you know what? You should be proud of your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad stood there in front of, like, that video, the first one had like 1.5 million views. Like, I want you to see your dad fucking stood there, put himself out there in front of all those people. At his darkest moment.
Yeah.
But it was you, Harper, that got me through this every day.
I was just going to say, and the only reason for that was to make sure you was okay to look after her. That's it. Absolutely. I think that's a great message for her. And you're absolutely right. I would hope that she does sit down with you at some point when she's older and sit down and watches them and sees that, yes, you were vulnerable. Yes, it's okay to be vulnerable. But also, do you know what? You dug deep and you got through it and you persevered and you got yourself back on track. So we joke around and we take the mick and make jokes about obviously leave you and stuff, but we also
and I do go home at night and cry after you've done that all day.
Of course you do.
I was going to say, we got quite serious, so if you want I can tell a joke just to lighten the mood.
Is it a tractor joke?
Yeah.
No,
please.
Okay, it's one of your favourite ones actually.
Is it knock knock?
It's a knock knock.
Go on,
knock
then.
knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Oh, there must have been an owlet loose.
I preferred the combine harvester one.
That's what we had to. It was a bit depressing, wasn't it? It was like
You had to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry that you're
should-
against men's mental health.
no. Oh God,
Also, if you wanted to like the mood, you should have told a joke.
Oh, but I'll tell you what did happen the other day.
And my question is, so we were talking about this.
Leave it on for a second, doesn't matter, I won't use it, but it's a fucking... well, I might use it.
Fuck me, it's about relevant as his fucking
not
tractor
gonna-
story.
So I came in here the other evening, so you know Ricky said, after the teaser you should do a bit. So I came in here to do it, and you know the things you'd preloaded onto it, they started playing on their own. And I could hear it through the fucking thing, and I was looking around, I've got it on camera, because I was recording, and I was like, what is that? It was like, because I could hear your voice, I was like...
What was it?
It was the music thing. Well, press it now. Press
the top red one.
top left.
Like on these. No, on these 8 here.
This one?
Yeah.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Great, that neon sun looks so cool.
But that was that happened, and I could hear it through the headphones.
Maybe this is ghosted,
Mate.
haunted to us.
Well, I hope not, because I fucking live up there now.
Yeah.
Not in the ceiling. It's my bedroom above there, but
Spiders.
You've got spiders below
Anyway.
you and ghosts above you.
good episode.
Jokers to the left, right hand. Oh, what a blast! We hope.
No, okay, we're not doing anything to do. The blast bit is not going to make it.
I hope you enjoyed the episode.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It's on Saturday.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
You do, or we do? Do we all hope that they did, or did just you hope?
We hope that you enjoyed this week's episode.
If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, a share, a follow, anything. Tell your nan.
Or your dad.
So, probably not you though, Ricky. Just because he's dead. But thanks for watching.